Okay, I never thought I would be one of those people who are so obsessed with Labubu, but here we are. And yes, I did buy her an outfit. Don't judge me. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, I'm Jill, and typically I focus my content on virtual pets, Tamagotchis, creative life. I thought it'd be really fun today to share the story of how I got into Labubu. So what exactly is Labubu? Labubu is a character that has been created by Hong Kong illustrator Kasing Lung as part of his series of monsters characters. Labubu was heavily influenced by Nordic mythology. If you're older like I am, you might recognize this character as looking very where the wild things are. But that's just the Nordic inspiration. Labubu was originally introduced 10 years ago in 2015, but really started to gain traction when the licensing rights were sold to Pop Mart, a Chinese company that specializes in blind boxes. Blind boxes have really taken off and they're like a huge part of our culture now. People are really into them. We love unboxing them on videos, on TikToks. It's a whole thing about, you know, the mystery of what's in the box. I actually have one here to unbox on this video today because I thought it would be fun to unbox this with you guys. But I wanted to tell a little bit more of my story first before we get to the unboxing. But unboxings are super fun. People love them. They love the mystery, the surprise. And so Pop Mart and Labubu started to take off in popularity starting in 2019. From there, Labubu started to see massive success after it was seen on Korean pop group Blackpink. And even here in the United States, we've started to see them on celebrities. I saw a Labubu hanging off of Tom Brady, NFL legend Tom Brady of all people, and many others walking the red carpet with Labubus hanging off of their outfits. For me, I am primarily a Tamagotchi collector. I have tried to limit my collecting to just a single thing, Tamagotchis and virtual pets, and I share my love of that niche here on this channel. But it was within that Tamagotchi collectors group that I noticed pictures of Tamagotchis and Labubu popping up all over my feed, all over my Instagram, Facebook, popping up on TikTok, and even over here on YouTube. For me though, they were just a little too weird looking and I didn't really think they were very cute at all. So I kind of just thought that that was like a side of collecting that I would never see myself getting involved in, and would scroll through the pictures and kind of ignore them. Now fast forward to like a couple of months ago, I started seeing Labubu pop up heavily on my feed when iJustine started featuring it all over her social media. If you don't know who iJustine is, she is someone I really look up to here on YouTube. She's like the original YouTuber from back in 2006. She's a woman who's around my age and living a life that I could only dream of. And so I love following along with her story and keeping up with her on social media. One day, out of the blue, her social media was full of posts about Labubu. Her collecting them, her buying them, her putting outfits on them, taking them to concerts and giving them to famous people. It was like a whole story that you kind of like felt very involved in and wanted to see what would happen next. So after seeing Labubu heavily featured on iJustine's social media, I started to get really curious about them. When I originally thought that they weren't that cute and something that I wouldn't be interested in, I kind of started wondering if maybe I thought that it was possibly a little cute. You can say that I am easily influenced by people that I really admire on the internet. So I was definitely really curious about Labubu right after iJustine started posting about it all the time. I mean, she still is to this day, still posting about it all the time. So from there, I started talking about it in real life, bringing it up, asking people if they knew anything about it. I had not heard of it outside of the Tamagotchi collectors that I interact with, so I didn't know that it was actually like a pop culture thing that was happening here in the United States. My boyfriend explained to me that shoe collectors were suddenly starting to get really into them. Friends were noticing that they were popping up on their feed as well in different niches. And even my boss was super interested in getting them for his kids. He learned how to access the Pop Mart app and figured out how to buy legitimate ones after he accidentally bought a couple of Labubu from the Jersey Shore. Oops. How was anyone to know that there was a difference between real ones and fakes when all you saw was just some posts on social media? But I started to really learn all sorts of things about Labubu. And so that led me to attending my convention this summer and actually deciding that I was going to purchase one. I wasn't really ready to admit yet that I kind of really liked them and I was really interested in seeing what they were all about, but at least at the convention it was like a nice open accepting space, and the people that I was with were like, yeah, go for it, buy one if you want, who cares, it's your money. I ended up purchasing the Big Into Energy as my first Labubu at Kineticon convention. I learned a lot about the difference between real Labubu and Lafufu, and I was really nervous that the Labubu that were being sold at the convention were not real. I tried to on the spot, I had my phone pulled up, I was standing in front of a vendor with his Labubu on the table and was looking up like how to tell the difference between a fake and a real one, like right there on the spot. The vendor saw me doing this. This is my favorite part of the story, sorry. The vendor saw me doing this and was like, whoa, 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 no, 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 these are real, they're not fake. I can promise you they're real. And if you open it and it turns out to be fake, you can come back here and I will give you $300. And I was like, $300? You're gonna give me $300 if you somehow are accidentally selling fake Labubu? It's probably full of something, but you know, I felt like I trusted him at that point and I really wanted to see what this was all about. So I purchased a Labubu and unboxed it at the convention with my friend and my one friend's kid. So we had a couple of us who were purchasing Labubu and just trying it out and seeing what it was all about. And so my first Labubu is this one. It's called Happiness on the box here. And I was really into the colors. I like the fun colors of this one. So I bought this, unboxed it, and was really excited. I still wasn't convinced throughout the whole weekend if it was real or not, but I think we figured it out. It's real. I guess the fake ones are getting really good these days, so I just wasn't sure, but we confirmed it with the QR code on the box. Everything is legit. We compared it actually to the real ones my boss purchased for his daughter, and so we're good. We have a real one. Yay! All right, so now I'm officially a Labubu owner. But the story doesn't end there. Oh no. Throughout the convention, actually, I kept seeing Labubu at different vendors, and I realized that there's different series. We have the macaron, the Big Into Energy, the sitting ones, and I made a conscious decision that originally I was only going to buy one. I was only gonna get one, but while I was at the convention, I ended up getting a second one. How fun would it be if I got one from each collection? So here we have exciting macaron, and we're gonna unbox it here. We're gonna open this up. First of all, my friend's kid got this one, green grape. And so I don't really care which one of these I get. I just know that the one that started it all for iJustine was lychee berry. So I thought it might be fun to get lychee berry. I think some of them have started to come in bags. I think maybe this one's in a pouch. All right, we're not gonna look at the tag. We're not gonna look at that. Oh. All right, how do the kids do it? They do it like this on the camera and then show you first, right? And now I'm gonna take a look. Oh, green grape. Oh, I was I think I was hoping for a different color. But that's okay. Green grape is really cute. You'll see in a second why I was kind of hoping for a different color, because I have kind of a color theme at the moment. All right, so it doesn't end there, okay? I get home from the convention, I'm telling people at work that I ended up buying a Labubu. My happiness Labubu comes with me to work every day and sits at my desk somewhere. So people are aware now that this is a thing for me. It's kind of fun to talk about at work. What we end up doing is talking about it when we are very stressed out from work and life and how things are going, and we'll just start talking about Labubu. Especially fun because my boss was searching out specific ones to get his daughter. She really wanted some like very specific characters. So we've been kind of like searching and trying to get these specific characters for her. That has been a lot of fun. But since the convention, I have learned how to use the app. I have learned how to play the game. There's like a game you play to like pick the box and shake it and figure out which one you're gonna get. And I ended up with the sitting one because I thought, wouldn't it be fun to get a sitting one and have one from each series? And then I got a second sitting one, and I have a third and a fourth sitting one in the mail coming to me right now. I have a yoga series figurine coming. I bought a mech series one for my friend who thought they were cool, and I want to buy more. I can't control myself. It's so bad. I thought that I could just get one from every series and I would be happy, but no, they're just so cute. I am so obsessed, right? I'm used to collecting Tamagotchi. I like things that are really cute. I now cannot control myself, especially since I know how to get them officially from Pop Mart. I don't have to worry about getting a fake one from the mall or the Jersey Shore or wherever. So I can just order them from Pop Mart and get them delivered right to my door. Labubu, they're everywhere. Yeah, so I'm now a Labubu collector, and that was completely unexpected. I honestly think it is because they are so well made. They are so soft. They have these really nice keychains that you can hang off of your bag. You can accessorize based on your outfit. They just hang out with you. But really, honestly, it's for me, it's the softness. It's the plushiness. It's the cute little toothy grin. Obsessed. They really just, I don't know, they really sparked some joy in my inner child. As a kid, I loved collecting stuffed animals. It didn't matter what kind of stuffed animal it was. I just loved plushy things. So this just makes my inner child super happy. And while I thought it would be really cringy to talk about collecting Labubu, people at work and my friend circle are really accepting. They think it's cool that I do it. So I am so surprised that I got into this, but I mean, it is the collector in me. I just do like to collect things. And right now it's Labubu. I'm trying to keep it under control, but I do have a bunch coming in the mail right now that I will hopefully share with you guys at some point. Have you guys ever fallen into collecting something or a hobby that you did not expect at all? I would love to hear your stories in the comments below. Well, friends, I need to get back to collecting Labubus and taking care of my Tamagotchi. I've neglected it for this entire video. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.